Hey guys, Shane Storms with DroidModRx.com, and I'm coming to you with a full review of the RavPower 4-port charging station. We unboxed this last week. I've been using this solely to charge my devices for the past week or so, and I will say that I've really enjoyed this, and I'm going to continue to use this as long as it will last. So first of all, we'll talk about design. This is just pretty much a plastic box. You do have 4 USB charging ports below, a blue LED light here that is incredibly, extremely bright. In fact, it's difficult sometimes to sleep with that thing. It is so bright. On the top here, you have just your plug-in, and then on the back, you've got some little rubber knobs here, so that way it doesn't rest directly on the surface. You get a little bit of airspace, a little bit of breathing room, and then of course you have some information about the device itself. As far as size, this is not bulky at all. This will sit right beside your phones and your tablet without taking up too much space on your desk or your dresser or whatever. We'll compare it to the Note 3. The Note 3 is a pretty big device, so you'll see it's not nearly as tall. It's about as wide as the Note 3, just a little bit wider, and then it is pretty thick compared to the Note 3 itself. So that just gives you kind of a size comparison. You can see about how big it is in my hand. I don't have giant hands, so if that tells you anything. So we'll go ahead and talk about using this. Like I had mentioned, the LED light there is not really great for when you're sleeping. It would be better if you had this out of your bedroom. If lights don't bother you, then that won't be an issue. But this was pretty much like turning a flashlight on in my bedroom. So I would suggest definitely using this outside of the bedroom if lights bother you while you sleep. It is pretty sturdily built. I feel like I can drop it and I'm not going to hurt it. So if it's on my dresser or on the desk and I accidentally push it off, it's probably not going to hurt it because it's very solid, very well built. Of course, the only design drawback, or the thing that I wish would have been different on this, which they have other versions, so it's really not an issue with this particular one. If you bought this, it's because you wanted this version. This does have a power cord, so it doesn't plug directly into the wall. I can see scenarios where maybe you would want this to be up on top of a dresser rather than directly in the wall. If you're the kind of person that doesn't want your devices laying on the floor, then this is probably the one for you. Okay, so the electric cord here is about a 3.5 foot cord, and you would plug it in here, and then this gives you plenty of room so that you could really set this on top of a table or a desk or whatever, rather than plugging this directly into the wall. They do have a version of the rapid power charging station that is a 2-port model that does plug directly into the wall, so if you want something that's more compact, that would probably be the version that you want to go with. The great thing about this is it has a couple of ports that have higher charge rates, which is great for a tablet with a really big battery like the Nexus 10 or even an iPad. And then they have a couple of ports here that charge. They put a little less output, and that's perfect for your phones. If you have a really big phone like me, I've got the Note 3, and I went ahead and used the charge ports that put out the max capacity. Okay, so if you take a look at the back, it does show you the output. It puts out 2100 milliamps in the first 2 slots and then 1000 milliamps per hour in the other 2 slots. I did, like I said, connect my Note 3 up to the charge port with the higher output, and I believe the Note 3 is 3100 milliamp hours, and it took 1.5 hours to charge the device entirely. Now compare that to the normal charger, that's about half the time. So when they say this is a rapid charging station, it really does charge your device rapidly if you use those ports with the higher output. Okay, we'll plug it into the wall really quickly so you can see that LED light. As you can see, that LED light is indeed blinding. The only other complaint that I would have, or it's not really a complaint because it is a very high power, high quality LED, but the LED it's like a flashlight. I mean, it puts out so much light, so you're definitely going to know when this is turned on. It does stay blue, so it doesn't tell you when your device is all charged up or anything. There's no kind of mechanism for it to know when your device is charged. Of course, that mechanism would actually be in your phone, but there's no way for this to communicate with your phone in any way. So don't think that this is going to turn red and then turn green once your device is powered up or anything like that. Like I said, that's not really a complaint, but I would suggest, like what I did, a piece of duct tape over that when you're sleeping will work just fine. A piece of electrical tape will work just fine to cover that up. Very nice, high quality LED. So overall, I do have to say this is a very high quality charging station. If power outlets are a hot commodity in your house, this is definitely for you. You can charge 4 devices off 1 outlet, especially if you're like me and you've got a couple of phones in your family and a couple of tablets. This is kind of a must-have. For $39.99 at RavPower, it is a pretty good buy. I'll include the links in the description on where you can purchase this. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to this channel for more coverage like this in the near future. You can find more of me at droidmodderx.com, where I'll have the latest in Android and tech news. Be sure to follow me at droidmodderx on Twitter. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.